Hello gardener, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to guide you through everything that you need to know about growing spinach from seed to harvest. Spinach is a versatile and nutrient-packed leafy green that is not only delicious but also easy to grow if you know a few key tips. Whether you're growing it for fresh salads, smoothies, or cooking, spinach is a fantastic addition to your garden. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Jara. I've been gardening all of my life and I'm a professional seed and plant nursery. I love to share my knowledge and teach others how to garden and grow food, so you've come to the right place if you want to improve your gardening skills. Let's start this guide by talking about spinach itself. Spinach is a leafy green in the amaranth family related to beets and Swiss chard. It has tender leaves with a mild, slightly earthy flavor that works well in a variety of dishes. You can eat it raw in salads, blend it into smoothies, or cook it into savory dishes like quiches and curries. Spinach is loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, as well as iron and calcium, making it a nutritious powerhouse for your garden and kitchen. It prefers to grow in temperatures between 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so it is considered a cool weather crop, best grown in early spring and fall. If you're a hot climate gardener like me, areas that get no snow, we have a very small window to grow spinach, and that's fall through winter. When shopping for seeds, there are a few varieties to choose from. Really, what it comes down to is the shape or appearance of the leaves. They all pretty much taste the same. The most common spinach found at the grocery store is the Savoy types, which means the leaves are slightly crinkled or curly. My personal favorite is an old heirloom called Bloomsdale Longstanding and a giant leaf cultivar called Giant Noble. Also, the Savoy types are the most cold hardy type of spinach that you can grow, so if you're a cold climate gardener, choose the Savoy types. Then there is a flat leaf or smooth leaf spinach. It just doesn't have that crinkled texture, so it's easier to clean and nice in salads. A very popular heirloom flat leaf spinach variety is called Matador. There are some semi-Savoyed varieties, so in the middle of being Savoyed and a flat leaf. A very popular one is called Viroflay, which is an old French heirloom variety known for producing early, so you can harvest sooner. There are some varieties called Asian spinach. They have a unique arrowhead type of leaf shape. These are typically grown to harvest the whole plant, so they're also called bunching spinach. The Asian varieties are also the most heat tolerant out of all of the types of spinach that you could grow. I really like a hybrid variety called Chinese green arrow. Lastly, not all spinach is completely green. Some, like red tabby, have red veins that really pop out. If you need seeds, you can find a variety of spinach seeds on my website linked below. Okay, you have your spinach seeds picked out. Let's talk about when and how to sow them. General guidelines say to direct sow seeds right after your last spring frost day or when you plant your fall garden. To direct sow the seeds, find a sunny area that is free of weeds. Prepare the soil by raking in some blood meal, which is an organic source of nitrogen. Nitrogen promotes lots of lush, leafy green growth, which is exactly what we need to grow these spinach leaves. Next, sprinkle the seeds, pat them down so they make contact with the soil, and water them in. Keep the soil moist so the seed shell softens up and the seedling can sprout. I basically water my spinach patch every day. Spinach can take around 10 days to germinate. Another option is to sow seeds indoors about 6 to 8 weeks before your target date of transplanting spinach into the garden. These planting guidelines work great for the majority of gardeners that are located in cool climates with defined seasons. However, if you're a hot climate gardener like me, pretty much areas that don't get any snow, this is not going to work because our spring season gets hot very quickly. There is not enough time to direct sow spinach right after my last spring frost date, which is in February, and harvest before it gets too hot, which I find that by March, it's way too hot and all of my spinach plants die back. So for hot climate gardeners, the trick is to direct sow seeds in fall. October is a good month to grow spinach during the coldest part of the year. I direct sow seeds in October. Usually by December, I'm harvesting leaves all the way to March when it gets way too hot. If you want to start them in containers indoors, start at 6 to 8 weeks before October, so that lands you somewhere in July. And you have to sow them indoors only because it's way too hot outside in July. If spinach seedlings are exposed to high heat, they get stunted and stay super tiny. Spinach is kind of a short-lived crop. Each plant doesn't produce a lot, so it's a great candidate for succession sowing more seeds every 2 to 3 weeks to keep your harvest going. Now let's discuss ideal growing conditions for spinach so you pick the best spot to direct sow the seeds or transplant it into your garden. Spinach prefers full sun, but in hot climates, plant it in a spot that gets some afternoon shade. This will help the plants last longer and prevent bolting, which is when a plant goes into its flowering stage, signaling that it's at the end of its life cycle. It prefers loose, well-draining soil rich in organic matter. If your soil is on the sandy or clay side, work in some compost before planting. Also, adding blood meal into the soil really helps out too. Water regularly to keep the soil consistently moist. Spinach doesn't like to dry out, especially in hot climates. If they dry out, they get stressed, and that encourages them to go to bolt. Also, mulch around the plants to help retain moisture and keep the roots cool. Now that spinach is growing in your garden, let's talk about the most common pests and diseases you might encounter so you're prepared for them. The most common pest is aphids that like to cluster on the undersides of the leaves and stems. I like to spray them with a blast from my water hose to knock them off my plants. Aphids are a food source for ladybugs, so I don't like to kill them. If the aphid infestation gets really bad, then spray with an organic insecticidal soap. Another common pest are leaf miners. They tunnel inside of leaves, leaving white trails behind. Leaf miners are just cosmetic damage, and I've never seen it so bad that it actually affects my plants. So you can just prune out the infected leaves if it really bothers you. Lastly, you might get slugs or snails that love to munch on the tender spinach leaves. I recommend you set up beer traps or handpick them in the evening. You could also sprinkle diatomaceous earth around your plants. When it comes to diseases, the most common thing you're going to get is one of many leaf diseases caused by a fungus. Most likely it could be downy mildew, which looks like soft grayish blotches, white rust, which looks like white blisters or spots, or one of many diseases that cause yellow or white circles on the leaves. This is caused by the proliferation of pathogens like fungus spores, usually in humid environments. Proper spacing of spinach plants will help ensure there is good air circulation so the leaves dry quickly, which makes it difficult for the pathogens to spread. I like to spray with 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide per gallon of water to clean and disinfect the leaves when I notice a leaf disease. Also, prune out badly diseased leaves to decrease the spread. Spinach is fast growing and can be harvested in 30 to 40 days for baby greens or 45 to 60 days for mature leaves. For baby greens, start harvesting when the leaves reach a few inches long. For mature plants, wait until leaves are about 4 to 6 inches long. To harvest, you can pick individual outer leaves, allowing the smaller inner leaves to keep growing, or harvest the entire plant by cutting it off at the base, which is what is usually done when growing the arrowhead-shaped Asian cultivars of spinach. Also, try to harvest early in the morning when the leaves are the most crisp and flavorful. Spinach's mild flavor makes it a versatile ingredient. Use it fresh in salads, blended into green smoothies, sauteed with garlic and olive oil, or added to soups and casseroles. My favorite is spinach ravioli and a sage butter sauce. You can find my recipe for it over on my cooking channel called Jera's Fresh Kitchen, linked in the description. And that's everything you need to know about growing spinach. If you have a favorite spinach cultivar, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for new ones to try out. I might decide to grow it next season. Spinach is a very easy leafy green to grow. I would say the most important thing is planting it at the right time, especially if you're a hot climate gardener. If you found this guide helpful, give me a big thumbs up. That helps out my channel more than you know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your other gardening friends. Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the next video.